10 years ago, when our son Toby was diagnosed with a brain tumour, we were told there were very few options. So we decided to act. Everest in the Alps was born, a challenge as tough as the fight that families have to face.
When Toby was diagnosed, it was so confusing to make choices around what were the best form of treatment. And this went on for several months. We chose a treatment and it was somewhat effective, but he then needed to be treated again. And I think through that whole period, Tanya and I were just left with the sense that there had to be a better way to do this. It's 10 years on since we started the project. David really started this as a small team, trying to get around the problem and then gather a global team. So the fact that there are now so many people globally coordinated helping him with the work he's doing is fantastic.
Before the creation of the Everest Centre in 2017, there was no coordinated European effort to focus on low-grade childhood brain tumours. Since then, we've grown into a truly international collaboration. We're working very closely with groups across Europe, but also worldwide and particularly in the US. So we've learned a great deal up to now in the Everest activities, but we also acknowledge that there's a lot more still to do. It's the continued support of the Everest funding that will really allow us to turn the scientific discoveries into meaningful clinical change for the families and patients.
We're on the verge of making some fantastic progress with clinical drugs in trial, and I think that if we stop now, we will have lost a lot of what we've already gained. Being here and seeing it on the ground is such a fantastic experience, and seeing such an intelligent group of people who've come together and work every day tirelessly on our behalf and on the behalf of families and children who suffer with this terrible disease, that's pretty emotional to see it in practice and humbling.
Everest in the Alps has powered a decade of discovery, but the next breakthrough really depends on what we do next.